Good afternoon. I'm gonna continue with a project that I've been working on. Just a second, I'm gonna make these look a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, about this kind of like a website that shows my interests. Since last time I added this kind of like main title to the site. I'm actually gonna open this version. That's this now shows it in the fashion that it would show to the viewer or like the user. Yeah, so I added this kind of like my interest. So the website is showing my current interests in terms of teams and skills and projects. And yeah, so this is like 100% vibe coded with Claude. And since last time, like the biggest development has been that I've moved to this I'm coding this in R and JavaScript, and like for using Claude, it's much easier to use it if I'm using the Positron instead of RStudio. So this is the IDE of from Posit, like the new one that has like Claude integration. So if I type here like some kind of like a advice for Claude, then the Claude can like automatically like make the changes for those files. This wasn't possible in RStudio. I just had to like go to the Claude app itself, and from there like copy paste always the new version. So this is a lot faster. It has had like some for me like some security concerns a little bit. I'm a little bit worried about using AI still. So what I've done is I've created like this kind of like because if you let Claude or any AI to access your R as I'm doing here, it or kind of like your folders, like if you put it on like in this Positron or something else, it can change all the like files in your computer. So that's a bit scary. So I've tried to make this kind of like sandbox folder where I have all the relevant files related to this project, and then deny Claude access from all the other folders on my computer. Like I'm not sure if it like 100% works right now, but it is something at least. And yeah, I suppose you got to take those risks. And of course, I'm not like super worried that Claude is gonna like, I don't know, it could accidentally do something. And of course, I think this is like a maybe, I don't know. Yeah, but this is kind of like what I've done. Yeah, so lately one big problem that one thing that I've noticed, because I was adding more of these project nodes. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this author view now. Let's see, it's a little bit tricky also here with some of these. So yeah, this is also like one thing. I have this text file here where I'm Um, um, so I have this file here where I'm gonna like writing the next prompts that I'm gonna give to Claude. So it's gonna make it easier. Yeah, I was saying that because I've been adding so much of these nodes lately in the project folder or like this project column, it has become quite tall. So I think the issue starts to be that it's not like, because I had this idea that it's gonna be like 1-to-1 kind of aspect ratio for this graph area. But because I have so many of, like early on, I didn't have as many of these projects as I have now. So now that I've added them, it's getting like taller and taller. And I don't know if there's like a good way. Like I could make these kind of like project nodes wider that I have here. But that I think that would only help if if we didn't need, I would have to make them wide enough for each of these texts to fit in one row, like this for centrism politics, and that would be like very wide, and it's not like pleasant to look at anymore. And so far I haven't figured out like any way on how could I like do this without, like I think we have to have like two rows, like two text rows in this project's area. So yeah, like one thing is also that I could make these columns, like this allows at least to make these column spacings wider. So that's like maybe some kind of benefit, but I'm not sure. Like making them too wide, it kind of like makes it. I don't know. It can put too much distance between these different columns. Like I kind of like the distance because it makes it easier to track like which of these lines, these connector lines, goes to which ones, because there's less of this overlap. Like if I have this like very low, if I have this very close to each other, you cannot really like. There's so much like I don't know overlap going on with those lines, but I think I found already like some kind of balance there, and yeah, it's also a little bit annoying that for this author view these things are like if I'm doing some changes they go missing a bit. But yeah, that's not really like I think I'm already happy with like this kind of like 410 that I have. So yeah, that's not really beneficial either. Yeah, I'm not really sure. On the other hand, I could like make, if I make this wider, I could make, because there's this on the right hand side of these project nodes, there's this section that shows what's the project type, and now for some of these I've had them on 2 rows. So actually that could actually be a bit helpful. I could also have this on bigger font. So if I make them wider, I could have it on all of these on 1 row. I could have like a, yeah, I think that could actually, so let's see. I could also like maybe explain this problem to Claude. So so let's see, I'm adding a lot of new nodes in project column. I think there could be let's just say like, I don't think there's a slider for this. I could also like ask for a slider for controlling this, because I have the slider for the height of these different nodes, but I don't have like a slider for. I'm just gonna like ask for now, like I'm gonna like make project. Let's say ask like, I don't know if 20% is, yeah, 20% could be wider. Okay. First, I think I'm gonna ask actually like if the Claude has any how to approach this, because I'm kind of like curious if it's understanding what kind of like works and what doesn't. Yeah, I also want to at some point make these, I want to make some changes to these colors here. Okay, let's see what it's saying. Reduce gap, vertical gap. What? Vertical gap. I think I have it here. Reduce vertical gap. Yeah, I cannot really reduce it anymore. I think it's because those get so close to each other. Like I want to have like some separation between the boxes. It's at reduce. Yeah, well, this could actually be like if I reduce this height. Is there like space to? That is actually a good idea. Yeah, if I don't get like I just have to like avoid these ones that would go to 3 rows. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Propose solutions, multi-column projects. Yeah, I'm not a friend of this one. Yeah, because it would kind of like ruin the elegance of the site, I think. So yeah, this is now other approaches. Yeah, scrolling. Yeah, I don't want that. What's this? Collab, expand groups, thematic grouping with the project. Yeah, I think this would mean like that some of these would be hidden and you could like open them or something like that. Filter by theme. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, we're not gonna go with that. So first I'm just gonna say no. So make the project nodes 20% wider. So let's see what happens with this one. Okay, I also have to, I think I have to fix this one. I think I had it somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, these are some things that I had here before. So these would go the next, like next changes after the ones given. I can make some more space here. Ooh, okay. So what other changes do I want to make? I think I still want to add like 2 more. I think I had like 2 more nodes in mind, so I'm gonna just make note for myself to add. It's kind of like graph picture bank. I'm not sure like what's a good name for this. And the other one is what was the one? Okay, let's see the changes. What have we done? Okay, so I'm just gonna run this again to see what it looks like. I'm actually I'm gonna run this one because it shows the. So this kind of like the upper one here. This like in the publish folder, and this is like in kind of like a developer folder, and has those developer options. But I'm gonna like look at this now, see. So it's still like, yeah, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. I'm not sure if, what has it done? Like type section, title area gains the remaining. I wonder if this like has this font size increased too much for it to still fit. Yeah, like, but this is kind of like a wrong conclusion. So let's to make it better. Yeah, then there's these ones. Okay, let's see what else. I kind of like, I think it's like a good approach to have as many of like changes. Like if you want to make these 4 changes, it's best to give them all at one time, rather than like giving them one by one and like seeing the results, because I think it saves a lot of those tokens, or kind of like it saves a lot of usage and a lot of like from a kind of like ethical standpoint, it saves a lot of the power usage of the AI models, because every time a new command is given, at least like to some extent it goes through, or a new prompt is given, it goes through all of the project to some extent. It has some kind of like I don't know, short-term memory, or like this, I don't know how to pronounce it, but cache, but like and I think it also depends on a lot of things, but I think especially with coding, because it has to kind of like go through all of these files each time. I would imagine that it takes quite a lot of energy, or you're kind of like a lot of usage for like even a simple command. So it's better like to punch those commands together, so it at least to some extent kind of like does them at one go. Okay, I'm not really liking this width increase now. There's yeah, I'm not sure. Like it's I think it's making these projects. It's increasing this kind of like the weight on these projects column compared to the teams and skills column, and I think that was already a bit happening, because there's so many more of these projects, and especially because now these like teams and skills columns, they start at pretty kind of like low to make this centering thing work. So yeah, I'm not quite sure if I like this. Yeah. Did I write? Yeah, I wrote about this. So one thing that I'm also not quite happy. Yeah, this I think this was related to like coloring these lines. Is that like if you look it from a little bit afar, I think it's, at least for me, I only kind of like see white in these highlighted. I think the white here, it's so strong that the original color is kind of like, it's kind of like a whiteout effect or something like that. The original color is you don't really like notice it, because this is supposed to be a highlight, but it's kind of like, I feel like looking from afar, it's just like makes it white in general. So I'm kind of like thinking like there might be like two ways to fix this, and I think the first one is to make this highlight, this white highlight line, to make it, actually am I, yeah, to make it narrower, so it doesn't like overpower the color so much. But I still think like even if it's narrower, you like kind of like get the effect. You notice that okay, this is something has been done. But the other one is I was thinking like making these making these in some kind of like darker color. So I'm gonna first try that one. I don't want to give these commands yet, because like I'm thinking if I come up with some, well, this is actually pretty annoying. I could actually give this, because I want to get rid of this thing that this is so big in this author app. I would want it to be like this, but now at the start it's like this or something. So that the first command should handle it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give this. I hope it understands the this one. I'm not quite sure, no, but let's see. So okay, but we can work on these colors while it's doing its thing, maybe. Okay, this is maybe one thing, like yeah, I think I want to have here source. So these source node colors I want to so for selecting source node colors, add color picker tool for the author app. So yeah, okay, now I'm like, this is always annoying, like it's the right after you sent the Claude your prompt to you, then it's just like seconds after you like figure out like what would you want to add to that. And yeah, but yeah, it was kind of like thinking so far already that I didn't want to kind of like stop it. But I'm gonna see like what it produces now first. It seems to be making the font smaller again, maybe like this font. Okay, yeah, let's see. Auto sidebar. Yeah, okay, let's try running the new. Yeah, this one works. Again, I'm not too happy that this get cut in this one, but I think I will leave it that. To product connector. So let's see how this one works now. Yeah, it's not working. So what about this one? Yeah, this is like didn't do anything here. Like these don't happen. Like is let's try. I wonder if it's some like forgotten it from the other app. These changes. No, it hasn't done it. Like yeah, this like this description is like entirely correct. What it should be doing, but it's not doing. It's still like it's like I wanted this to leave from here, but it's still leaving. And this is not. I want it to leave here, and this is not like working. I wonder why. And this is not like it's. It seems like nothing has been done. I'm just like wondering, like, is there some kind of like, is it somehow like on the memory still the old version or something? Huh. It's kind of weird. So I'm just gonna write none of the changes. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna add the try again, and also okay. Based on me running the app. Yeah, I'm just gonna like give this information that this is like this is not based on me reading the codes. Okay, it's time to let me check the actual state of the files. Changes didn't persist. Got weird. The code changes are all in place. Let me verify the render.js was synced. What? Both files met all changes. App needs a full restart. I think I did. Make sure to fully stop and restart. What? I haven't like had the need to do. Like everything has been enough so far. Like if I have this interrupt execution or stuff like that. there's like reload. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, this change happened. So like this width change. That's, but none of the other ones. You'll need to fully stop our session. What does it mean? I don't want to like. I don't want to have to at least like restart my positron. Yeah, it's not working. So let's see if we got our, if we have our color picker here. Yeah, it's here. Are you seeing this? You don't actually see this. This is interesting. Like it doesn't show up on the on stream. Okay. So let's try. Gonna try this reload button. Yeah, it doesn't work. Interrupt. Okay, so there's this clear the current URL. Let's try this one. And now run Shiny app. Yeah, it's still not working. So are there any options? Okay, stop Shiny app. Do that. No. Stop. Let's see what this one does. Source. I'm not sure what that means. So this is weird. I'm gonna try and see how this looks like on the browser. So it's not working there either. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna restart the positron. Let's see what this does to the stream, but yeah, positron is gonna go away for a while. Okay, we're getting back. Yeah, stuff is loading there, but I think we can... Well, actually, I think the R is still loading as well, so we should wait. Wait before... where is my code? Is it still loading as well? Or where's my Claude conversation gone? It should show up there. It takes quite a bit to load. Like RStudio is a lot faster for this. I'm just gonna try. Yeah, it has to wait. Yeah, this is pretty cool. You can also like... Okay, this one it shows you actually. Like you could change these. Okay, now we're getting started. Okay. Okay. Yeah, now it works. This is a little bit there's a bit of an overlap here. It goes... Yeah, but I think it also... Okay, I'll get back to that. Yeah, okay, it's substantially bigger. Now it's like too big now. Yeah. Yeah, this is not... Yeah, okay, it is a website. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I should add those nodes for this. Yeah, okay, I was thinking about adding like one more node here, so let's see. It was about, yeah, graph picture bank. Like, what would you call it? Like, maybe I just call it like graph bank for now. And I would want it to be under this. So let's have like a... I think I added something. I don't know. Okay, let's have like a 209.5. So this is a project, and graph bank, and it's a website. Add. Yeah. Yeah, this is such a weird... Like this pathing with these lines is like, because it doesn't understand that there is a lot of space above here, so it just like goes through. But then again, like this fails in noticing that there isn't. Yeah, I should be a little bit more explicit about like this, because it kind of like... It can look a little bit janky. Okay, and this is already overlapping a little bit. Yeah, and this is also like one problem that gets worse as I'm adding the height of this project column, and I still think that I have at least like one more thing that I want to do or add here. Let's get to these edge colors now. So here, is this at the right place actually? Yeah, source node colors. Is this correct? Yeah, it's correct. Yeah. So let's look at this. This, for example, I'm not a fan of this. There's this kind of like purple thing going on. It's quite close to this color, so I think that's also already a bit of a reason to change it. It doesn't change on the fly. I'm a little bit disappointed because it would be so cool if I could see the effect there like in real time. So I'm thinking of adding like something that's very much away from white. So let's just add like, I'm not sure if that really helps. Oh, this was the wrong one. Okay. Okay, I think it helps actually. So it's now like a very strong. Yeah, maybe my idea here is that like these, like in these columns, if these are like a bit less unsaturated colors, like these themes, projects, and skills, so then I could use like saturated colors for these connecting lines to make them distinct from those unsaturated colors. I think there's a little bit of trade-off here in a sense that like so far I think the whole page, like the colors are pretty unsaturated, so and I think there can be like a nice uniformity in that. So then if I add like too much saturation to some parts, then that might not look so good. But yeah, let's play around with these a little bit. So let's have this. Let's look at some colors. Let's look at some red or a bit of like an orange, like that. That's like a saturated orange. And then I'm just like looking at how does it like just like thinking like, is it easier to notice that that highlighted orange compared like these, that highlighted blue over there? I think it's a little bit, yeah. It just might also be that blue is harder altogether. I think like with this amount of complexity in the site, I think I should favor this kind of clarity over the aesthetic choice, maybe. But it's kind of like a difficult call, I would say. So let's try another one. Let's try like Okay, I could have like for this European Union, I could try some. It could be nice to be that in yellow. Okay, let's have like some. Okay, yellow is maybe a bit bad example of having like a lot of saturation. I don't know if it kind of like. I think that yellow tends to be like pretty similar in like saturated and unsaturated. Okay, I chose the wrong one again. Here, so the climate change. Okay, it remembers the last color. So here, I wonder if it's actually better. Is it more important that the colors would be dark than saturated? Because like so let's try and go over here. Like, can you? Is it easier to? Okay, let's stop playing around with yellow and let's. I think yellow is. I think yellow is a bit tricky color to do this kind of stuff. So let's try this kind of like dark orange. Yeah, I don't think that's better. At least. And it's and also like against the dark background, it gets harder to distinguish. So what if we just go like if we just have I always forget to change this one. Okay, it's something like that. Yeah, that's at least like that's a bright one. So it would be nice like if I clicked here, then it would change this node. So I could actually try this. So for have it so that clicking team or skill changes the node I'm selecting the color for. Yeah, I don't think that should be too difficult to make. Maybe. Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. I think there's some other. Yeah, because like. Yeah, like it changes this one to over here, so it should work. Like, is there anything else that's that could have the similar similar thing? Maybe not. Okay, let's see first, like if we have other. Yeah, okay, maybe we could try to change this one again. Okay, I'm gonna check something first here. I'm gonna get yeah, these ones. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Yeah, I think this should it should go straight. Yeah, it might be that it does. This doesn't like. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna ask that yet because I might want to have these project nodes a little bit narrower. Um, cutting the project type, box width by. I think we could lose 20%, maybe 15%. Yeah, this seems like maybe a bit cosmetic change. Yeah, I think that this just hasn't been like updated to to match the new like project width because this actually works. This has a like pretty nice action now. Up to the height of where it ends up. I wonder if this works on yeah, it might not like work on because if I do this, then if I like tell it that this line should only go like up here, like this is like the kind of like default view, but will it understand it so that if the user changes this, then this will go here? I'm not sure if that's like a too bad of a thing because that's like a I don't know if many of the users will be doing that. I'm also like thinking like will the zooming affect this behavior? Yeah, let's just see how it goes. Where's end up at top? Okay. Anything else? I wonder if there's... Okay, I could have like a... Let's just have like a... I don't know if I need... I don't think I need like... okay. I think that's enough for now. So yeah, I think after those changes I could be adding these nodes, like what links to what. So that's kind of like, I think that's kind of like fun things to do. I could also add some of these texts, like to add some very basic stuff. I was also thinking like I could make this line, like if it goes like below here, like could I make the line go like here below the team column? Would it make sense? I think it could actually make sense to for these. I think I could also like, yeah, this would be a little bit too much, but I could have it go like, say that if it's in the bottom 50% of these project nodes, then this connector line would go below so that it avoids those. But yeah, it gets a little bit tricky. Yeah, let's see what we get. But this is now, we are like maybe missing like at most like a 1. What does it want to do? Yeah. Like there shouldn't be any problem, like maybe we hadn't made any changes since the start. Okay, I think we had. Yeah, it's weird that it's asking it because I could have here like one thing that I've been considering is that I could have these vote and funding sections to be, I don't know, some kind of like collapsible, like have them like some kind of like these accordion items, meaning that you could click them, you could like minimize them by clicking, so to say have more space for other stuff. But I'm not sure, like they're like they're gonna be like in the bottom here anyway, so maybe it's not such a big thing. Boom, boom. Yeah, this is. It is a bit annoying about this, that it's making these changes kind of like on the fly, so I cannot like really do too much here while I'm waiting for Claude to answer. I was also thinking at some point that would there be like some actual themes that I would want to add here, or skills that, but I haven't really. I think I had at some point some idea, but I don't remember what it was anymore. Yeah, it's thinking for quite a long time now. Yeah, I don't know what's so complex about this time now. Okay, I think it's pretty close now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now I'm interested to. Snake never rises higher than the desk. Pooh, yeah. Okay. Okay, let's see if this works, or if I have to. Do I have to restart the positron again, which would be a bit annoying. So what kind of changes did we? Yeah, it doesn't seem to work. It's quite weird, and I'm wondering, like, could this be affected by OBS, which seems quite far-fetched actually, but it's kind of like the only thing that's different this time. Yeah, it's not showing up. What's this one problem with file? Okay, maybe it's fine. Or is there like an error? Let's see. Okay, it actually works here. Look at this. This looks even worse now. Okay, it's also applied it to this skills column, which I didn't want. Yeah, but this looks cool now. Yeah, this is what I wanted. So this is like even weirder that it works now on the... Okay, we got it to work on this one as well. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, let's look at that project width. Let's see where it is. It's here. So we can make this smaller. So we can make it as small as like that we're still fitting the website on one row. I think we can make this one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm quite happy with like how the scaling works for different browser sizes. So that's so let's save this for now, and oh yeah, let's add some of those lines for these new ones. So some fun stuff. For centrism in politics, this is gonna be where is it? Here. So it shouldn't change the color. Yeah. I don't know. Should I also like add like European Union there? I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's okay not to add it. Or I could add it. I'm not sure. There's like a lot of these that are gonna like. This is a little bit of an annoyance for me that there's a lot of these things that could be like some like especially like with the teams that they could be connected to something, but then I'm not quite like sure. So let's have this shower thing, and this is related to climate change. Okay, this one is easy. This so it's climate change. Oh, come on. Here, and then we're gonna take the shower thing like that. Yeah, there's like all so much like this connections going on. Okay, let's add the electricity markets. I think this also like is makes it more reasonable to add some of this width between these columns, because there's so many more connections. Because of more projects, there's gonna be more connections, and that makes it harder to separate between them, so adding more. So I was adding a note here. Okay, I didn't save the GraphPunk thing, I think. Yeah, let's add that now. I think it was like the idea was to have like 209.5 the project. I forgot to save it. Yeah, that's correct position, so just gonna save it now so I don't forget. So I'm gonna add yeah, I'm just gonna have like the dashboards and websites for this one. So here, GraphPunk, or actually, yeah, okay, I should add this to how climate friendly. Yeah, this was what I was actually thinking. Yeah, how climate friendly is. What? What's this? What happens? Okay, I think I added it the wrong way around or something. Is it this one? 302. I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah, I think it had to be. I think it has to be like this that I first select. Yeah, this is kind of like the left edge, and then this is the right edge. Yeah, I forgot about this one. I think it's. Yeah, I think that explains it. Yeah, that works. So now I do the same thing for the GraphPunk. And this goes to dashboards and websites. Yes, and let's have this one, and this again goes to dashboards and websites, and I think I'm gonna have that one go. Okay, first thing I'm gonna have this GraphPunk go to data visualization like that. And then I'm gonna have yeah, that one. I think that's, yeah, that should go to AI at least, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the one of the things that I had forgotten. Like, yeah, I kind of like want to write on some kind of like ethics of using AI post. And in some sense that could be, Yeah, that would be like related to climate change. Let's see. It's related to AI. It's related to climate change, electricity markets, I suppose. But it's also yeah, I'm not sure if I want to add it at this point actually. But it would be nice to connect to this one. Yeah, how much do I want to write that? I'm gonna skip it for now. Okay, just gonna save this one. I'm gonna click publish. So now it should have to change on this kind of like should have everything on this publishable version as well. So I think this also shows quite well that we could increase the width of this page, and what I'm thinking to do is I think I want to yeah, one thing that I also want to do is we had the thing that Claude suggested is to reduce the project height, and I'm gonna see how that looks like. It's kind of like making those. Yeah, I think this is working quite good actually. I think it was around. So let's save this and publish, and now we go to the publish app and see. Yeah, I think this looks a lot more now like it's getting a little bit cramped maybe. So we could go back a little bit, and yeah, I also want to like, in any case, I want to add this, make these a little bit more apart from each other. So that's kind of like adding, making it more like 1-to-1 ratio. Boo, boo, boo. So I'm gonna go a little bit back on this project height. Let's go like this, and I'm gonna increase this gap a little bit, like that. And I'm gonna increase this size like that. I want to make those clearer. I'm just gonna go again for this, see how different it looks here. Oh, I didn't publish it. Oh, come on. Did I even save it? No. Or what? What? It doesn't remember. Like I just changed the edge width to be greater. It doesn't seem to remember it. Okay, I'll save it. So, okay, that's something for Claude to think about. Okay, was there something else? I'm gonna change it for now. And we're gonna work on, you can increase this one as well a little bit. I'm wondering, could I have this dashboards on websites thing a little bit lower, but it gets a little bit tricky. If I change the, like, is it okay to change the ID, or will it break all these connections? And that's kind of annoying, because then I would have to redo all these changes. And now here it's kind of like it's a bit of an issue here, because these are overlapping so much that it's not so easy to notice, like, which ones are. Yeah, if you hover it, you can like see the connection quite well, but other than that, it's not the best. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some things that I had at least some point wanted to add here is like maybe, I don't know, China. There was something else too, but yeah, something. And I don't have like for that. I don't think I have like a project in my mind. Okay, yeah, this one. Yeah, something like that. I wonder if it also, like, does it remember the colors even? It was about this, yeah, here. Source node colors. If we change this to something, apply and save. Yeah, that one it remembers. It's just the width. But I'm gonna see if there's gonna be anything else I want to change before I commit to that. So what else could we have here? Okay, this also, like, having this greater spacing between the columns, it also helps this line to be more distinct as it goes through there. Okay. I could also, like, add here. I could add this to, like, videos and streaming, because if I'm streaming this, like, this workflow. Oh yeah, okay, I was supposed to look at these colors. So edges, and it's super annoying that these yeah, I'm gonna in source node. Okay, but did this work? Yeah, it works. Okay, maybe it's not so Yeah, I'm just gonna put that out there, but we can do this. Yeah, what's a bit annoying here is that then it's always gonna be highlighted when I change it. It's not a big thing, maybe. And this is kind of like nice what we have here, that we have this quite like yeah, this climate change color, this is like, this is not gonna be a good one because it's it goes, it's the same color, or like this yeah, this node color is wrong because it's the same color as the color for the teams. I was thinking, I'm a little bit hesitant if how much do I want to commit to choosing these colors, because I think that's I should maybe first be like, how certain am I about like using the colors that I have right now like as the main colors. And okay, I'm wondering like, would it be hard to make some kind of a better palette selector? I have like this thing now here, and I'm not sure. Okay, this is cool in a sense that it changes it like instantly, even if you're not seeing this color selector thing, but you can see like how it affects the effects is up there. Yeah, let's try some different graph backgrounds. I think it has to be something pretty dark, but I think it could also be like nice if there was some like a reset button here that would kind of like put it back to where it was when I was starting. But I think like I'm not sure if there's like a good alternative for the kind of like a dark blue thing. It's just a matter of how blue it is. I think it was quite a or like how dark it is. And it would be good to have like, well, I think it's even more important now, like this sidebar background color, that it should be pretty dark. Okay, let's ask something like, is there a good way to source some pre-made color color palettes with 5 colors. Okay, let's see what it thinks. Interesting. Colorlovers.com. Gonna go and take a look. Each explicitly mapping to your 5 roles. So I would have to kind of like do this. Load the created file. Okay, let's see what this beating does, because if I can create 15 to 20. Okay, okay, let's have this one as well. Also drop down. Okay. What's it doing? Grep save graph. Okay. Okay, let's at least allow it for now. Okay, I think it's pretty close. Okay, this fourth step might be the biggest one. Let's see if we already have it here. Yeah, I had this thing earlier. We're gonna like ask it to create some selections, but I think it was a little bit clunky, like working with yeah, okay. I was just thinking also that one major thing that I might want to add is the Finnish translations. I don't think it would be, let's say, like, because I have here these selections. They would just be like another like input here for the Finnish versions or something like that. Okay, it's ready. Let's see what's been done. Okay, here's the default deep space. Okay, I'm gonna know that I have to click this, and I kinda, yeah, these are some of the things that it did before, or like some of these sound very familiar. Yeah, I'm not like a fan of these. I'm not sure like how should I somehow like okay, let's make 30 pallets. Replace existing pallet with 30 new pallets. That have desaturated colors. Have more. I wonder if they could also be like a palette randomizer. Pleasing and I'm thinking about this. Like a thing that that kind of okay. That says sliders. Parameter on hue distinction of the three accent colors. choose how much to avoid hues that are too close to each other for different columns. Okay. Okay, this could be interesting stuff. I'm not sure, like, are they like good? At some point I was looking at some palette selectors. This seems interesting. Yeah, I think I already found a lot better tool online for this actually. On the other hand, this doesn't allow for changing the background color, I think. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I found this called like paletton.com, which seems pretty cool. Presets. Okay, let's see. Let's see what Claude will. What's the difference between these? Yeah, you can select the base background here. I'm just looking at this side. You're not seeing it, but what's? And no, it's base RGB. Vision simulation. Add complementary. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice if with this one there would be, well, maybe it's not so important. I'm not sure like how important is the background color thing like in the end. How can I make this? Okay, that's like okay, here we go. That's pretty interesting little site. Okay, okay, okay. I'm pretty excited about this. What has Claude come up with? Okay, randomizer. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this looks exactly what I meant. Yeah, and the thing about this is that it's, I don't know, I wonder if this is so much easier just to, oh, is it changing the, yeah, it's changing. Yeah, this is pretty cool. So I think there's too much variation in the background, some kind of brightness maybe. Okay, okay, I'm gonna look at these ones first. Yeah, yeah, this is pretty cool. So it's I think I have to put this one down and maybe this one. Maybe also this one a little bit. Yeah, and I might want to focus on the blue spectrum, and I think that's around. Ooh, yeah, this is a little bit tricky. I would want this to remember. Get to remember to change. Maybe so that clicking. Should be a button. Save colors. Oh, that's a long message. So can you make the other app to remember the last settings on palette randomizer? Um, button. So okay, maybe another button here as well. Overrides default values. Correspond to the selections. To the current. Save. permanently. Okay, let's see. Yeah, but otherwise, I'm like pretty happy with this result. So I kind of like want to improve on that. Let's make some clicks here. Okay, add like maximum there. Yes, just have like all of these. I'm like thinking of like what's the best way to use these. So what if I want it's now it's kind of like hard to organic. I don't know if I like, for example, is it like is there a good way to avoid yellow, for example? Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem with this approach. I think there's it's a bit too much. Can we make them brighter? Is this making them brighter? I think. Yeah. Let's see if we. There's like 3% of this tokens left, in a sense that like it wants to or not tokens, but it wants to compact this chat. So let's see if we have time to, or if we have enough of this space to. This might have been too big of a job for it to handle within these. But I think that last time that this happened, it might have been that it it might have like even if it did the compacting, it kind of like still also produced the new result. Yeah, but this is gonna get close. Okay, done. Okay, it seems that it's kind of like made it. So okay, I'm gonna click to compact. Okay, let's see what happens. I should have maybe compacted before, because now if something here is wrong, then it might be. It might get a little bit tricky, because when it compacts the chat, it kind of like loses a lot of details on it. So Okay, we are here. Click the randomizer on. So let's start this first. Okay, we click that. Can we click randomize once? So save AHV settings. So now we're gonna restart, and we're gonna see if it remembers. Yeah, that's good. So I don't want it to do this one. Now it's gonna like, it seems that it's, yeah, it's like, yeah, but maybe that's okay. Like it's changing this all the time. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, let's try to save these as default. So now if we click here, okay, it doesn't remember them. It should have, okay, if we go back to the here in the color, then it does it. Oh yeah, we have to, yeah, I think it works in the sense that we just have to like save the JSON. And this is actually pretty cool color scheme, I think. So now if we go here, yeah, now it's kind of like it uses the new colors. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, let's play around with this just a little bit, and then I think I have to stop at some point. But yeah, I'm happy with how this is like looking. Yeah, one thing, yeah, still one thing about this is that like, if I want to avoid the yellow colors, which I'm not like too sure about anymore, because like this yellow looks pretty cool, and yellow in a sense, yellow always looks nice in like a dark background, or usually. Yeah, maybe one thing here is that I kind of like forget about like what's yeah, maybe I can use this to like, the blue is like yeah, this is so tricky. Yeah, there's like a, yeah, I'm just gonna use, yeah, I can use this one. Yeah, so this is like, what's the, can I use this one? Yeah, I think so. It just doesn't seem correct. I don't know. So it goes to 360. What's the, yeah. So we're gonna go like in, what's the HSV selection? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can use this. So we're gonna go like, oh, come on. From like 180 to 250 with the background color. Like that, and I think I'm gonna use something at least similar. I think this could be a little bit wider. That could be cool. So, okay, I'm gonna save this for now because I'm a little bit paranoid. So let's see. Yeah, it seems to operate on that region. So it's also like providing like two like light selections. So does this make it darker? Yeah, I think it does. And the same thing with this description. I think like the okay, I'm not sure. There's a sidebar. It was already like there's like yeah. So what about the rest of this? I think we were playing around with these earlier a bit, but I don't remember these anymore. Yeah, these should always all be. Now that we can save these, I think we can focus these on a little bit more. So I'm just gonna like put. It could be maybe wise to avoid red, but yeah, I'm not sure. The saturations. So we can make these a little bit more colorful. I think like these. In any case, there should be like a pretty narrow range. Okay, like okay, now I'm thinking like how I would want to approve these is that like that there could be variation. Okay, let's see. Single selectors. Okay. Max saturation distance. Okay, I think I can make the compact. Max saturation distance for the accent colors and max S and V in HSV have only one range selection slider for the 3 accent colors. Add max saturation distance selector max saturation distance and max what's the what do you call that? I think it's value. Max. Yeah. I have only one. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else here that I want to? Okay. I think I have to preface this a little bit. Okay. So yeah, anything else? It should be on by default, not having to click the randomizer button. It should be the default tab selected in the okay. Randomizer button top. Not the bottom. Okay, anything else? Yeah, I'm still a little bit about this. Yeah, okay. I think I'm just see like, let's just see like what the yellows turn out to be. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, I'm a little bit worried about like. Yeah, thinking I should be a little bit careful about making changes to the author app while Claude is playing around there. Oh. Got some errors. I think this might have been. What's this? Error while running. I don't know. I haven't had this before. I wonder if it has to do with like because I used some button here that kind of influenced the other app code. So I wonder if that's related to that, or is it just that they're making such big changes that this this doesn't like keep up. I don't know. Yeah, just I'm gonna get some water. Okay, I think it's ready now. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna see what it looks like. Okay, randomizer doesn't run on start up. Let's see if this might. Okay, these are added here. I wonder if why it doesn't add on. What about the color selection? What's the color selection like on startup? Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, this is like the only thing, and it's not. Yeah, randomize button is up here. It's just like this. This wasn't clicked. Like this doesn't work. Yeah, that's like the only thing. It remembers my values that I set. Yeah, these are for the accent colors. Oh, come on. So we want to have the accent colors wide. And we should also just test the save these settings. Okay, is it this saturation would be like this, and yeah, okay, minimum. Yeah, okay, max distance. Let's say we have like a you cannot have it larger than. Okay, let's just have like this kind of test. Like now we have we can have big differences in saturation, I think. Not sure how easy it is to notice it. I want to. Okay, let's try to have like some pretty bright stuff. And we're gonna put this down. I'm gonna make this pretty gray. I'm gonna save this. Yeah, these are looking pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty cool, for example. Okay, the running ID number. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream now.